as well as discussing more in the Scottish game. We started Feature and Ruffy's football show waxing lyrical about the performance of Scotland's women against Brazil. Stephen O'Donnell has actually been rallying to the defence of the current Scotland manager, Alex McLeish. He's basically saying he feels as if it's a witch hunt against him. It's not Alex McLeish's fault we haven't made the finals of a major tournament since 1998. And I think, I like to see players come out and back the manager. This one, I don't know where this one ends up, Hugh, because it's dragged on for such a long time, and there seems to be still this general feeling in some tabloids that Alex McLeish's days are numbered, which, if you're listening to the SFA, which right now coming out of Hampden, it's silence.
Silence. It is. And it's reaching the cut. I mean, I think Stephen O'Donnell right to say it's not Alex McLeish's fault that we haven't qualified for 20 years, but he does bear, heavy responsibility for losing 3-0 in Kazakhstan. I mean, and that's a result that has put any possibility of coming out of that group and with any success, it's just torpedoed it.
Can I ask you this? It's a bad result. Mm-hmm. Was it sackable after that game?
For me, yeah.
Yeah,
it was that bad. I think there's certain results that just do you. I mean, I thought the same with the Lithuania result under Gordon Strachan. I thought it's over. Georgia was Strachan in the previous campaign. And I think the Kazakhstan result was so bad, the performance was so awful, that you just said, do you know what, that was only a personal view, because I can see if somebody else argues the other point, I can see the other point as well. But if you're asking me from my personal view, I'd have been looking very closely, saying, right, well, now's the time to change this. Now's the time to suck it up and instigate a new regime. By the way, there's so much going on in the mix in this story, Peter, that you're hearing different things from different people. We've read the stuff in the Daily Record, which said he was going to be sacked within 24 hours. He obviously hasn't been. We're reading stuff that no, everyone's going to be fine. We're reading also stuff that we're going to wait till after the next group of fixtures. I would really like to see the SFA come out and be definitive about this, and to put it to bed. I know people will say if they do that, they can feed the frenzy. I definitely accept all that, but I think it's now a time to come out and back the manager. I still maintain, Ruffy, and I understand where Stephen O'Donnell is coming from, and undoubtedly people will look at his results, whether people liked him or not. I like Alec. I think he was given a contract. I look at the Nations League, they're still in that playoff. I look at the performance against Kazakhstan, poor, but the facts remain that he was still in place for San Marino. If it was a poor result, it's a poor performance, fine. He still won the game. Nothing's won or lost. They gave him a contract. But I look at it from Hugh's point of view, and I can understand why people say no. A lot of people didn't want him. I think he should be sacked. But me personally, I think he's got the job, and nothing's been won or lost. My real gripe with the whole thing is if the SFA just came out and said, look, it's a game by game here. We're reviewing the campaign. We've got to look and give the manager his place. And we'd like to nip in the bud various things that have been questioning what happened prior to the San Marino game, or questioning his health. There was too many things out there that left the whole media circus jumping in and offering their tuppence worth.
But I agree with Hugh to a certain extent. I just think that opens up a frenzy. a media frenzy for the people who want it to be a frenzy. I'm not saying it's all the media, it's only a wee bit of it, and it was ongoing again on Monday.
Yeah.
And
It's a media frenzy still. I think if you come out and make the statement, you nip it in the bud.
But do you think they would agree with it, Peter? They would just say, oh, well, you might have told us that, but I don't think that's the case. That's the way it works. It's another story.
Yeah, but I'd rather certain quarters said I don't think that's the case, rather than everybody piling in on something.
Silence. I think the silence is a big thing. Is
that not from the media point of view, Hugh? Because if I'm Alec McLeish and Ian Axwell of the board have come to me directly, met me and said, Alec, forget about this stuff. Forget about it. You're still in charge. We're under a wee bit of pressure. We've got games coming up. You carry on doing your best thing. That would be good enough for me. I don't need to see it in the papers. If the powers that be are telling me I'm on some kind of road, but I know every game now is a pressure game.
So you think private support?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And you wouldn't need public support?
No, at all. No.
And it outweighs anybody putting, rumours about you out there. You don't
if you
care.
ask any manager now, I don't need the newspapers.
Yeah. Okay. It's all about opinions. We've got a differing one on this one. The only difficult problem will be is if in the next couple of weeks they do have to come out and say that he's no longer the manager. Then I think they're in big bother. But let's look to the Champions League. There are some mouth-watering quarter-final ties with a chance to get into the semi-final. It's Tottenham, Manchester City and Liverpool, Porto tonight. Then, of course, Ajax, Juventus and Barcelona against Manchester United. What a couple of nights if you've got the TV control. I've actually heard some people saying that they're going to have the TV on there and they'll have the laptop or their tablet there looking at the two games. I mean, you start to get to the point where you don't know which one to follow. I'm swaying towards Liverpool, Porto to watch it, Ruffy, but then Tottenham, Man City just looks too good to avoid.
Yeah, I think Tottenham Man City is the game for me. All the big stars there. And I've said, obviously, I think Man City have got bigger match winners than Tottenham. Obviously Eriksen, Kane are there, but you look at that Man City side. They can just switch it on like that. And when it comes to Champions League, that's when the big ones turn up. That's when you see unbelievable ability, fantastic goals. And I think you'll get it in that game. Yeah,
I always look back on the 1999 Manchester United side as something unbelievably special. They had that wee bit of luck. They won the FA Cup, they win the Premier League, and then they win the Champions League. It's 3 trophies in an unforgettable season and an unforgettable way to win the Champions League. But City, can they go and do the quadruple? Can they at least deliver the Champions League?
I think they can.
Yeah,
I think they can do it because they've got a huge depth of squad, Peter. And they've also several of their top players have had light seasons. That they've come back for injuries. I don't think they will do it, but I think they can. I think if I had any questions about it, I would question Guardiola. Get some amazing praise, but he has not been on occasion at his finest in the Champions League. He's had a couple of absolute doings in the Champions League with good teams. And I think this game tonight is really interesting. Everything points, if you're talking about money, talent, depth of squad, even quality of player at the top level, you're looking at Man City. I've just got a wee sneaky feeling for Tottenham. I really do. I just think I like the manager, and I think if he gets the players right, it's a big shout. I mean, because the quality and the odds are with Manchester City, but I think Tottenham might surprise people tonight.
Yeah, Man City unbeaten in their last 14, haven't lost the last 4 encounters against Tottenham as well. I think City could win this one 2-1, Ruffy. What about your prediction?
On this game? Yeah. Or overall?
Just on this game.
No, I think a draw. I think they'd be happy with a draw, maybe an away goal.
And what about Liverpool-Porto?
Yeah, I would like to see Liverpool possibly getting a 2-goal lead to go over there, and that would make it a wee bit more comfortable viewing.
I think Porto are a better side than people think. I've watched a lot of them this season. I think they're very good technically. I think they're very well drilled. Liverpool, I would like to see win and progress because I think Liverpool are very Klopp. I like, me, Dortmund man, watched Klopp teams for years, and I just love watching Klopp teams, and I hope they're successful. Okay,
if there's a romance in the air, Ajax Juventus. Someone reminded me Ajax have spent 55 million, but it still dwarfs, the payments that have been
Yeah,
for the likes of Juventus, Barcelona, Man United.
And it dwarfs the way that, 55 million is going to be delight going to Barcelona, so they'll get it back. What Ajax have done has changed ever so slightly the model of the club. They had a very tight wage structure, and the management, Van der Sar and others, convinced the management, open it up a wee bit. Let's speculate to accumulate. Let's go to paying players 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a week. Let's open it up. And they've done that, and it's been very successful this season.
Ajax or Juventus?
Juventus, because they're the battle-hardened side.
Ruffy?
Juventus, yep.
Man United, Barcelona?
Barcelona eventually, yep.
Yeah, but Barcelona at Old Trafford?
Yeah, I think they're good enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Barcelona, but I wouldn't be surprised at Manchester United in that. The English teams are very, very strong at the moment. And remember, Manchester United did have that amazing result in Paris.
Okay, there you are. Can lightning strike twice, as Hugh leaves us with that thought. Thanks to Ruffy, thanks to Hugh, and thanks to you for watching the programme.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.